Hi everybody, welcome to our digital kennel, GermanShepherdMan.com with Sergeant. Wow, amazing, just amazing. Now, I got an email from Christine. she's telling me about her puppy. I'm getting, let me calm down. I was reading this email and I just busted out laughing. She said, I'm trying to give my little puppy treats. I can't remember, he's like 10, 12 weeks old or something. And she said, I'm trying to give him treats, but he's an alligator. How do you give treats to an alligator puppy? And having dealt with that so many times in my life, I'm like, yeah, alligator puppy, I get it. How do you do it? So I just had her call me on the phone and walk her through it. So I'm going to walk you through what to do with not just a puppy. I mean, maybe your dog is an alligator dog and they don't know how to take treats. You know, this is a piece of hot dog I have in my hand. You know, look at that. Can you see that, Jay? Look at this. Now, an alligator dog would be biting your fingers off trying to get that. How do you have this and not an alligator dog? Now, he would have been an alligator dog if he were 8, 9 weeks old and hadn't been trained like this. Oh, he would have been alligatoring, okay? So how do we get here with our dog, especially if we're molding a puppy? It's real simple. Number one, this is a hot dog, and I like to tell people, have a little hot dog, a little piece of hot dog in your mouth. This is a very tiny one. Normally I would have one about an inch, inch and a half long, so you can use it, bite off a little piece and, you know, treat them or reward them if you're using treats. I don't use treats much in my training. Just at the very beginning, I mark their good behavior with a little treat and love. Good boy, Sergeant. That's a good boy, Sergeant. Good boy, Sergeant. So I don't do a lot of treats. I just use treats to kind of get it started. But if you have an alligator dog, you can just, you want to give it to them, offer it to them properly. You don't want it to be like this because, you know, their fingers are involved. What you want to do, open hand, okay? Now I'm going to get down, Jay, and offer this to him. Sergeant, stay. And you want to come under their jaw, okay? You don't want them jumping up after it. We're going to do that later, Sergeant. You want to come under their jaw, fingers together, and say, okay, good boy, good boy. You don't want to come over them because they're liable to, you know, make that kind of move toward it and misjudge and get fingers, okay? So that's number one thing. I'm going to give him the rest of this. I don't want it. This is what you'll end up with if you do this properly. Sergeant, Get. Good boy. It's a good boy, Sergeant. Stay. Okay, now, why is that important? Number one, you don't want your dog, sorry, hit the mic. You don't want your dog to be an alligator dog and going around somebody, a little child, a little 3 or 4 year old child's walking around with a piece of sandwich and the dog walks by and just, whoa, you know, alligator dog. You don't want that. You want them like this. So you start offering them treats like that, and then you progressively, now this is a K through 12 process. Hundreds of people have my puppy training systems, younger and older puppy training systems, and they understand, having gone through the system, that it is a K through 12 process. You don't do this in 2 weeks. And you don't try to take a kindergarten dog and give them a physics test. You don't do that. You understand, this is a process, going to take some time. But you start there, and then you slowly move forward so that the finished product is like this. You don't want them to take anything out of anybody's hand unless they're told it's all right to do that. Okay, come, stay. And this is the end result. A lot of you have seen me do this. He understands. He wants this thing so bad. Look at him, laser focus. He wants it. So he's drooling. I don't know if you can see. He is drooling to have this thing. He's touching it with his nose. And although he was an alligator dog, he's not anymore. Okay? Sergeant. Get good boy, Sergeant. Widen out a little bit. I hadn't done this in a while, Jay. Good boy, Sergeant. He loves this thing. That's a good boy, Sergeant. Okay. So, if you have an alligator dog, take it easy. Start the process properly and slowly move them from taking that to wait before you give it to them. They gotta learn stay, then they can have it. Once they're staying, then they can stay longer, have it. Stay back up, come sit beside you, then they have it. Always though, follow the treat up with good boy, Sergeant. Up. Bring it here. Drop, sit, stay. Get it, Sergeant. Good boy, Sergeant. Good boy, Sergeant. That's a good boy. Okay. See, you wanna, that's what I do. That's my system and it works. Love, love, love. Good boy, Sergeant. Good boy. Manage their muzzle. If you got a little alligator biter, I take both hands when I'm loving them, giving them the good reward marker. I'm managing their little muzzle. You know, I got it between both hands. Loving them. Good boy, Sergeant. Good boy. Had to do that with him when he was little. Boy was an alligator. Thank all of you from all of us. GermanShepherdman.com.